Good morning and welcome back to Acme Acres. We have had some developments here, the first of which, it makes it so echoey in here now. So I don't know if you remember, but we had this big, I think we showed it in one of the previous videos, over there kind of in the tree line basically. We put all the wood from the big cedar tree that we cut down from in front of the old house that was here. And we also found this really cool, really low shelf console table height, solid steel situation in the basement, I guess, technically, of the ice house that used to be here. So it has been in the hands of the guys that did all the metal work for the house, Viator. And they were gonna, spiff it up. Not too spiffy though. We wanted it to look kind of rugged and worn because it is. But they have cleaned it up a little bit, sealed it, and the plan for it was to be the entry table for Luke's mudroom. So like the hallway that runs into the living room and the stairs here. And they finally brought it back. And it is so beautiful. So here she is. I gotta back all the way up. She's a behemoth. This thing, I watched 5 grown men have to bring it in. So it is so cool, and it's got pitting on it. It's got a wonderful texture. We were kind of worried when it was sitting outside because it kind of looked like it was going to be black, and these walls in here are black. So we thought it might not really pop against this wall, but it is fully brown. Like it's definitely got some gray black to it on the front, but because they kind of sealed some of the rust in, it looks so nice here. So now we have to figure out what the heck do we put here? I'm thinking a really cool vintage mirror. So to kind of balance the super modern industrial feel of this with something, my style. But it could also work really well to have just a really simple metal framed mirror here. But it would need to be massive. And this little lamp is from my mom. And this might just be temporary because I think we need something that's a little taller off to the side here. So like a really tall lamp or a really cool lampshade, which I do actually think I know where to get a cool lampshade. I just need to find the right lamp for it. But I feel like it would be really cool to have a super tall lamp here. And I've got it on a smart plug. I'm not smart enough to set it up apparently because I thought I set it up to turn on at sunset and turn off at sunrise. Sun is up and it is not off. So I've done something incorrect there. But they also took all the plywood. I can probably go to the kitchen and show you that. They took all the plywood off of the light wells that go down into the basement because that plywood was up just so that we didn't get any deer falling in there, any people falling in there. And the view from the kitchen now is so different because it definitely covered up a lot of the driveway. And because of that, you didn't get as much reflection from the driveway. So I don't know if you can see from my face, the sun directly comes through this window during the morning. And now I can see the whole area. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. No big, ugly, what are those big panels of wood called? Somebody is screaming it at me right now. I just heard Luke say it the other day. It's not particle board. The big pieces of wood, you know what I'm talking about, that were lining this area right here. So let's see if I can actually, so this metal ridge here is what the grate is going to sit on. And then there's some supports on the edges here. So yeah, I'm really excited. They're gonna put that on. They wanted to put in the frame for it first so they could triple measure it. Then they are going to make sure that the grates are cut to the correct size. And then they're gonna come put them in. And then the stone guys are gonna cap the top of it with stone. So you're not gonna be able to see the block or the poured concrete basement wall underneath that. So yeah, it's lots of exciting developments. They also put the little strips on the beams up here. I think Luke mentioned it in the video before because we've got ambient lighting up there. So there's like an LED strip that runs on both sides of the beams that are up there. And you could see them when you drove up. You could see the light strips. And it wasn't that great. So they came and they put like little steel strips on either side that kind of block that light. And it completely changes how the light reflects on the ceiling too now. So it makes it super moody. Hopefully I can show that to you tonight. Because obviously right now you're not going to be able to see anything. But it's really cool in here now. So they finally capped that off. Oh, and then downstairs. So we are in the basement and the handles are finally on the big storefront doors down here. So this is the one in Luke's office. Look at that bad mamma jamma. So it's a pretty hefty handle. They're definitely grabbable. It looks really, really good. And then down here, because we have the storefront on the gym as well. So this side is still wrapped in foam because we don't have door stops and we don't want to break the glass, but very sleek, very, very nice. So we can actually close the doors without putting our grubby little fingerprints all over it. So, you know, little things are getting ticked off the list, which is so nice. But my new development is that the shades for the guest bedroom on the left-hand side, the masculine room, they have come in. So that means I've got the curtains, I've got the shade, I've got the curtain rod, which just came in. So super, super stoked about that. I think I have enough light in here to hang these, hopefully. This room doesn't get a whole lot of light on the wall that the big windows are on, obviously. Pretty backlit most of the time. So I'm going to try to turn on some lamps and some lights, hang those up there, and this room will pretty much be complete. I'm still waiting on lampshades for the thrifted lights that I found. I think I'm gonna do black, like a gold trim around the top and bottom. I don't know yet. They'll at least be placeholders because these are fine shades, but they don't really go with this room. So I need to worry about finding some cool nightstands for in here, because this one over here is from our old house. And it was there when we bought the house, so we have no particular affinity for that. But this table is one that my grandfather made for my mom, and it has then been passed to me. I hope I got that right. And yeah, this room, I've been thinking, I've got some plans. It might be vaguely president themed. I don't know, because I just kept thinking about the Christmas tree that's in here, and it's all of the yearly Washington ornaments that I got from my aunt, and thought it'd be kind of cool. My birthday is George Washington's birthday also, so I thought maybe George Washington, a photo or a painting of him could live in here. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking it's a very federal blue color, and I love the federal style. I would love to add some federal pieces in here. But yeah, I'm gonna have some fun, play around with that, get the curtains on these windows. I don't know if I've ever even shown you the curtains. They need a really good steam because they've been in a bag. But it is a beautiful gold color, and it is not showing up on screen how it looks in real life. Oh my gosh, it's just this rich kind of like short pile velvet. And I believe that this fabric line from 2 Pages is actually called Veda, which is the name of our big fat black cat. So I thought, yeah, that's meant to be. My friend Angie helped me pick this fabric out because I was trying to work with color theory and all of that. And the accent, so the main color in here is blue, obviously. And then we have touches of black, and then the gold color that's on the ceiling fan and on the fixtures in the bathroom here. So this gold really, really closely matches the gold on the ceiling fan up here. So I thought that that was kind of a nice way to add a little bit more of that into here, but it is so beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to thank 2 Pages again for sending so many wonderful window treatments for the house. It was a lot of thought, and they're really helpful with any questions that I had, the measurements, all of that stuff. Again, it's always like, oh, did I get this right? When we go to hang these, we'll see. We will definitely see. But I believe if you use the code Acme Acres, you're going to get 15% off your order. So they are already really reasonably priced, especially for custom window treatments. So yeah, if you need any at all, I seriously cannot recommend enough. Everything that I've gotten from them has been such wonderful quality, and they have all fit perfectly, which says a lot about how far my math skills have come, but it also says a lot about their selection process, because if you don't know how big you need your curtains, they have a calculator, which was really helpful because I'm not a designer. I have no idea how big or wide or long my curtains need to be for the space that I'm in. So that was really, really nice. Sorry for blinding you there. And then we've got a shade for in here in the bathroom. Not that you really need it because no one can see you from up here, but in this room, it's a lot of blacks and grays. So I went with There we go. I went with a really wonderful kind of a warm tone gray that matches the countertop in here, and it matches the tile in the back. And it is a day to night, so it means it's 2 layered. So you can pull down the little white section there with that little hoop, and it's gonna just be like a light filtering, nice little linen situation. But then if you pull down the other loop on the back there, then it'll be more of a blackout situation. So I thought that was nice for people. If they feel like they want the privacy, they can have that and do, you know, just the little linen and have the light still coming through, because the light in here is really nice. And shout out, I think I've mentioned this before, but shout out to my Aunt Jennifer, because this photo really makes this room, and I think the light is reflecting off of it, but it is a famous picture. It's called Dovima and the Elephants, Dovima with Elephants. And she had gifted this to me, and we put it in a frame that looks so good in here. It's black with a little bit of a gold hint on there. So yeah, really stoked about that. Oh, I didn't even show you. All right, so this is kind of a good way to show you. So found this bed thrifted. This is called a cannonball style bed. Love these. Then I found these lights, which can you tell a theme here? Lots of balls going on. And then I found this wood curtain rod that had the ball finials on it. So I got that, and then all of these are the curtain rings, and they are also wood. And it is a long boy. And it's got another one of these cannonball finials on the other end. So I think that's all the balls for this room. I'm sure everyone has been giggling along with me on that one, but yeah. So let's get this stuff up here. I am woman, I can do this, maybe. I'm telling you, 2 pages Roman shades are so easy. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm still shocked. All right, so, woo! Oh, that's so nice. So I've only got 1:39 seconds on this SD card. Oh my goodness. All right, so I cleaned up a little bit in here. I just wanted to show it to you. And it's so beautiful. So basically you can have this beautiful light filtering moment, or if you want a little more sun blockage and privacy, you've got the gray. Oh my goodness. It looks so good in here. So yeah, as soon as Luke wakes up, I'm gonna put him to work and help me get the center support up there, and then I can hang the curtains, steam them, and then this room is really coming together. Window treatments, check. I look like a mad scientist right now. It is because I am dealing with a whole bunch of different dried chilies because I'm gonna make birria tacos tonight. Luke has been requesting that I attempt this, so I have gotten all of my chilies. I am prepared. I'm not gonna touch my eyeballs. I'm not gonna let any of the seeds get in my mouth. And hopefully I can remove all the seeds and stems from these. And then we're gonna start with making the sauce. And then I'm gonna throw a chuck roast in there with some bone-in beef short ribs And then basically you just let it simmer. There's other stuff in there, tomatoes, spices, clove, that kind of stuff. But I'll put the recipe down below because again, I am not a tutorial channel. I am the last person that you want to teach you really anything because I'm gonna make a mess, spill it, and or get it wrong most of the time. But yeah, I'm gonna get this sauce going because that meat needs to cook in there, I think for like 2.5 hours. So it is 3:44 right now. And we're gonna get this going. The house is gonna smell absolutely amazing for the rest of the day. So I'm very excited. So basically it looks like a big chunky stew right now, but this is gonna simmer for 15 minutes, then we're gonna blend it up and then add it back into this pot.
I'm like going away from it too.
Avert your eyes.
Here.
Whoa.
I saw a spray of something go out everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'll have to start with me.
I saw something go like that.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe because it's hot.
Yeah.
Hot creates problems.
Oh.
Awesome.
It's hot. Because it's
let it cool for about 10 minutes.
definitely not over full. You missed all the excitement. I just sprayed this over myself and a little bit of the kitchen.
It smells like it. What happened?
It's just too hot to be in the blender. So I'll just have to wait a second. I'll set a little timer and then...
No, but what happened to that spray?
It was too hot and it forced itself out of the top. It creates like a vacuum or something. Yeah.
Oh, hi. You gotta warn people when they're on camera.
Oh, sorry.
I could come up saying some kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, you could. So you can't tell, but there is a whole lot of meat under there. You can kind of see one of the short ribs sticking up. So now I'm going to put this on a simmer and let it slow cook and then shred it up, pop it into the tortillas, and that's a whole nother process. So I'll see you then. I have no idea of ratios yet.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's just so great.
Well, this is our literally first time ever.
Yeah.
You want me to do this since you got a glove hand?
It's alright. It's just gonna be baked on cheese scenario.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you went over this, but these get dipped into there, which looks full of spice.
Yeah.
And then they turn into these perfectly non-destroyed
Hey!
tacos. They're gonna eat the same.
I'll figure it out eventually. Because it needs less in it and I need to work quicker.
Let's make an assembly line.
You can't. You're gonna have to start over.
Are we recording? I didn't know we were recording. You want to try these while they're still warm? Yeah, we still got some cooking. But these are still nice and warm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Woo!
You loving it?
I'm loving it.
Okay.
I hate hearing and watching people eat, so if you're like me, I apologize. I don't know if they look as good as they taste, but they taste as good as they look. Wait,
What?
is that the same thing? You don't want that there?
No. This
Why?
is stainy.
Oh, there's some right here. I want to get that. I got some on the counter.
Well, hello and happy Easter. I am about to put the crosses on these hot cross buns. Hopefully I made this frosting thick enough. Last year I did not, and they were not hot cross buns. They were just iced buns. No cross was to be had. Nice, yes. Now I don't know if hot cross buns are originally a British thing, but that's definitely where I heard of them from, is watching all the British TV that I watch. And they're an Easter dish. It's basically like a sweet raisin, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg bun situation with some kind of citrus glaze. I normally do apricot, because when else during the year are you gonna eat apricot? And then you put a powdered sugar and milk glaze on the top of them in the shape of a cross. I am absolutely gonna devour these. I also just finished making us bologna sandwiches, which if you don't like them, then you're wrong. And they were absolutely delicious.
Fried bologna sandwich.
Fried bologna sandwiches. Now I'll eat a straight up bologna sandwich too.
I will not.
Really?
I will not eat cold bologna.
He won't eat cold bologna. I used to eat bologna right out the pack.
Nope.
Same thing with hot dogs.
Nope.
And I don't toast my bread. Luke doesn't either, so we're the same on that. I put mustard on one side, Luke puts mustard on both. I do mayo on the other, and I put cheese on mine, and Luke thought that was absolutely disgusting.
I did. I also normally put 2 slices of bologna per sandwich.
Oh, see, I'm used to getting the extra thick bologna. They didn't have any. The Gluttony, I guess that's how you say that brand name. I'm not really sure. But yeah, the extra thick is where it's at, but I had to just settle for regular thick slices. So yeah, so now they look like this. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit more, and then I'm gonna dig into those. Let me thicken up this line a little bit. So the curtains are up. I asked Luke what drywall anchors to use and then put that up yesterday. So I'll go up there and show you the final reveal of that room for the most part. There'll be little stuff that we'll add, but yeah, the main things like the landscape lighting, blocking curtains, very necessary, and they're all done now. So I'll see you up there. I feel like I need to come around the corner in here and do like a dramatic reveal. Also, we had a friend staying here last night, and you would never know because he put the bed back together so nicely. Thank you. So now that you've got kind of the full view and we've got the ceiling fan in the shot, I think the gold makes a whole lot more sense. I think it looks so good in here. It brings some lightness and texture to that area because it didn't really have any before. This room is very blue. Walls, ceiling, bedspread, all of that. So this is a nice little breakup of that. And our other little double layered curtain in there going strong. I think it's so cute. So really, really happy with how that turned out. And on that note, that's gonna be all, folks. I'm gonna go downstairs, enjoy some hot cross buns for Easter. I hope you had a wonderful Easter or wonderful spring Sunday, whichever one. And we'll see you guys in the next one. The next one's gonna be a little crazy, and it's not gonna be a clickbait title, even though it looks like it's a clickbait title. We're recording these a little bit out of order, so I already know what happens in the next video. It's just wild. So strap in and we'll see you then.